Today, we're thrilled to bring you Brett Dickinson from Pacific Sotheby's International Realty at his newest listing in the heart of Bird Rock waterfront. Hey, how are you?
I'm doing very well. Thank you all for coming down. I love AREAA and I love this entire organization. It's been such an incredible asset for my career, and it's we were just talking about what a phenomenal organization it is.
Absolutely. We are so thrilled to be here. Thank you for letting us enjoy your beautiful luxury listing.
Right.
You know, it's so hard for so many people to break into the luxury real estate business. How did you do that?
Well, ironically, I really used AREAA to my advantage. What happened was you really have to look for trends of what's happening in a market. And what was happening was we had a huge influx of buyers coming from China about 8-10 years ago. And so what I did was I thought, if I'm going to break into the La Jolla market, I'm going to need a secret sauce. And my secret sauce was the fact that Sothebys International Realty is international. I was a professional tennis player. I've been to 60 countries. I've lived in 5. So I needed a company that was international. But more importantly, I needed to be a part of organizations that were international and going to China. So I partnered up with 2 or 3 other very successful agents that were going to China. I went on a couple of the trips with the Asian Real Estate Association to China. I went with them and I started an entire marketing campaign based on international buyers.
Incredible.
And oddly enough, I thought I was going to find buyers. But what I really found was that people wanted me to market their properties around the world because they were looking at how to bring out-of-area buyers to La Jolla, because out-of-area buyers are generally the best buyer for a market because they can come in, they fall in love with it, they're coming from their own place. But what really happened was the sellers, within a 2 or 3 month period, I was able to sign about $40 million in listings through this marketing campaign to Asia. So, and I want to thank AREAA for it.
That is so dear to my heart. That's incredible what you've been able to accomplish.
Well, I mean, I think you need the support, and then we had some successes. So then what happens is we had a property on Camino de la Costa, which is the Street of Dreams. This is the new Street of Dreams. And we sold a $12.5 million home, and then we parlayed it into some more listings and more marketing. But I will also emphasize that it needs to be an ongoing, consistent marketing and positioning. And at the time, I had a 10-year plan. I'm about 7 or 8 years into it, so I'm retooling my new plan because we've been doing very well, and the market's great right now.
Wow. I love that you were able to find the support that you needed through AREAA, and what an incredible opportunity this has been.
So now what we do is we've actually gone and we opened up, Sotheby's opened an office in Mexico, and then we opened up in India, and now where our buyers are coming from is Los Angeles and San Francisco. So what we do now is we have all these marketing programs that are targeting digitally those areas. So you have to constantly stay on the cutting edge. So as much as we did originally the international buyer, it's probably not as hot of a market for us right now. But the other markets are important, so we retarget, retool our marketing all the time.
Absolutely. Our local AREAA chapter is so excited that we've been able to watch your incredible ascension. Where do you see it going from here?
So I think that's actually a difficult question, because what you always have to do in real estate is figure out what's the next step, what's the new trend. Our goal is to be the top producer here in San Diego. It's a very challenging goal because there's so many great agents down here that are doing so much business. I love La Jolla, so I really want to be a specialist in La Jolla, Del Mar, Rancho Santa Fe. And so I have about a 4 or 5 member team. And so some people want to have a 10-member team. I believe a little bit more in the business model of 4 or 5 member team, where we're all experts and excellent at what we do. We want to always increase and improve our marketing. And then it's about production, you know, what you can produce in a year. And I think what we're trying to do is be a little bit more steady across the board. So a property like this and our other waterfront properties that we have are signature properties. So right now we're carrying about $130 million in listings. So what we want to do is make sure that we have sales across the board in different price ranges, because we never, like this year we did a condo at $252,000 and it was one of our most rewarding deals. We did because the person was they were just wonderful people and we loved working with them. But it doesn't change the fact that we love having the $22 million waterfront
well,
to host you.
One thing that is so true about you is that your authenticity shines through. I can see why your clients choose you to work with, anywhere from 200,000 to 21 million.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And we love working with you guys. You guys are the best.
Appreciate that. So Brett, this is truly one of the most spectacular properties I've ever been in. I've been in the industry for almost 19 years and I know just how hard it is to break into that high-end luxury. So please, can you share with us a little bit how you acquired this listing?
Well, in many cases, sellers of these types of properties already have a relationship. They have a relationship with one of the strongest agents in town. They know somebody or this and that. In this particular case, it was a competitive process. So they actually interviewed the 5 top agents here in La Jolla. I happened to be one of those agents that they interviewed. And what we did is we presented a whole new strategy for creating value in this area. We created the Bird Rock waterfront. We had created other neighborhoods within La Jolla. We've done this on 4 separate occasions where we've been able to completely obliterate the market for the sale of a home. And we did it one time in the estates of La Jolla Heights. We created in an area called the La Jolla Heights. We took the area, we showed buyers the properties in the area, and we said, look, this property is an acre, it's much larger, it has beautiful views, whereas all the other properties in the area were like $2 or $3 million homes. And we sold the home for $8.5 million, and we beat any property in the market sale by $4 million. So my point is, you must be creative. You've got to come in with an approach. And I also believe in specialists. So I have team members. So I have a graphic designer, I have a marketing person, I have 2 or 3 team members that help me prep and sell the homes. And I love collaboration. So I love the fact that they give me input, tell me things to do, and we've had an incredibly successful relationship with this builder now, Blue Heron and Tyler Jones, for 4 or 5 years now. And so we have a couple of other properties that we're selling.
That is so inspiring. I absolutely love that you just get really creative and you are not only bringing a new marketing plan, you are creating neighborhoods and changing the entire spectrum of what's possible.
Yeah, and that's the fun part about it. And I'm competitive. I gotta say that Pacific Sothebys International really helped me a lot with the international network, as well as AREAA. That was a big part of it because they wanted us to market outside the area. And I do have to say that, my competitive personality, having been a professional tennis player, I like to win.
Well, you sure are killing it. So we are all having to do a lot of pivoting right now. COVID and all of our marketing restrictions have kind of changed the game. So how is that affecting your marketing plan?
Well, it's actually completely changed it. When we initially were going to market and sell this property, our original thought was, yes, we need to be online, but we were going to do still a fair amount of paper, because paper, believe it or not, is still working in San Diego. We've completely moved away from that. Although we do covers and things like that, like Dream Homes, or there's like a Los Angeles Times takeover where the markets are really active. The other thing that's happened is we are seeing a huge influx from Los Angeles and San Francisco. So what we decided to do was we decided to run commercials on $1 Million Listing, and we decided to run commercials on the Sunday morning CBS News. So we actually went almost completely digital, and I have 2 companies I work with, both at Strategies as well as Property Showcase Group, and they have Instagram sites, and they have ways of pushing it, the SEO. And we've actually had 19 showings on this property in just 3 or 4 months, which is phenomenal for this price point. So we feel like our marketing's been working, we've been getting great exposure, and then we've been featured a lot. Sotheby's has a lot of opportunities with the Wall Street Journal, New York Times, South China Post, London, times, and so we've actually been featured on many of those websites, which is really, really helpful, partially because we have such a gorgeous property.
Incredible. Nice work.
Thank you.